Hey, welcome back. It's Jason Walter here. In today's video, I'm going to give you my housing market forecast for 2021 and my real estate market predictions. I'm going to give you my predictions for home prices, housing inventory, and much, much more. So stay tuned. And by the way, if you're new here, welcome. I post videos about how this pandemic is affecting our real estate market as well as personal finance topics. So I invite you to subscribe if you haven't done so already and join the family. Also, please hit the like button if you appreciate real estate market updates just like this one. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into the video because I'm really excited about this one, because for those who follow the channel know I don't make any predictions or speculation on the channel. I simply just report on basic facts and the real estate market trends that we're seeing in today's market. However, in this video, I am going to give you my real estate market predictions, and I'm very, very excited to do that. First of all, I want to preface this video by saying that these real estate market predictions are dependent on when a COVID-19 vaccine is approved and, more importantly, is available to the masses. Therefore, I did a lot of research about this, and of course, it's hard to predict when we'll have a vaccine, of course, how effective it'll be, and also how many people will actually take it. Obviously, companies around the world are working tirelessly to formulate a vaccine, and trials are currently in place right now. In my research about this COVID-19 vaccination, I wanted to get the FDA stance on this COVID vaccination. So I went to their website and I found a quote from the FDA's commissioner that stated the following. And he said, "We are committed to expediting the development of COVID-19 vaccines, but not at the expense of sound science and decision making. We will not jeopardize the public's trust in our science-based independent review of these or any vaccines. There's too much at stake." When I first read this, the first thing that came to mind was that a vaccine probably will not get introduced soon. So obviously there's going to be certain health and safety measures that must be met. In addition, when a vaccine is approved, it won't be 100% effective, and there will be a substantial percentage who won't agree to take the vaccine at all. What I'm getting at is that it's going to take some time to get back to some normalcy and to get back onto the road of economic recovery. Also, according to the federal government's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, he stated the following: "I would imagine that if we get a good vaccine now, then we would have some degree of normalcy in the third and fourth quarter of 2021. I think ultimately we will get back to normalcy as we knew it before this, but it's going to take a gradual process." The key words there for me are, if we get a good vaccine now, it will be a gradual process. Meanwhile, there have been over 215,000 deaths in the United States from COVID-19, which is more than any other country in the world. So a friendly reminder, please wear your mask and practice social distancing. Okay, let's get to my real estate market predictions. And this is all based on a vaccine being approved in Q1 or Q2 of next year. Number one, more people will have the ability to work from home, and that will continue to shape our real estate market as people leave cities like San Francisco and New York City to more suburban areas. For people who are allowed to work from home, they can work in a more affordable place, have a larger house, and a larger backyard. For example, I'm seeing that in Sacramento, where I live and work as a real estate agent. I have a lot of people who find me on YouTube from the Bay Area, for example, and are moving to the greater Sacramento area, where they're able to buy a bigger house with a bigger yard. And plus, a lot of those people, their housing payment is actually going down. And by the way, if you're interested about Sacramento and living here, I have a video playlist. I'll leave a link up here. Because of this migration from cities to the suburbs, home builders are also looking to capitalize on this. So for example, according to the US Census Bureau, housing starts increased 2.8%, which is above the August 2019 rate. However, we will need much more than this to meet homebuyer demand, which leads me to my second real estate market prediction. So number two, and I hate to say this, but I foresee that housing inventory in the US will continue to remain low, and this is for two main reasons. New housing construction has not increased enough to meet homebuyer demand. It's my opinion, with the economic uncertainty and the increasing of costs of construction of new houses, that the new construction will remain relatively low in 2021. For example, did you know that lumber has increased by 130% since this pandemic begun? So obviously we're having these high construction costs, which in turn is causing for higher home prices. A second reason why I believe that housing inventory will remain low is, wait for it, record low interest rates. And let me explain. We've seen mortgage interest rates of less than 3% for months now, and that has increased the demand for home buyers. On the other side, homeowners are also taking advantage of these record low interest rates and refinancing their mortgages. For example, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association's latest weekly survey, they report that 65.4% of total mortgage applications were from refinances last week. In addition, the MBA's refinance index was 50% higher than the same week 1 year ago. So you're probably wondering, why will this lead to low housing inventory? And here's the answer. People are locking in right now record low interest rates. So rates that we may never see again, that they're so low. So this will give homeowners little incentive to move. So for example, I just refinanced my mortgage. I got a 30-year fixed rate mortgage for 2.625%. So I'm not going anywhere. My third prediction about the housing market in the US in 2021 is that mortgage interest rates will remain low. And the Fed actually announced that they will keep the federal funds rate at or near 0% for years, and they will only increase this rate when we have reached full employment. Obviously, we're not at full employment right now. Our current unemployment rate is at 7.9%, which is down from the peak of 14.7% in April this year, which is obviously a good sign because we've decreased our unemployment rate quite a bit. But we're still well above the pre-pandemic levels of around 3.5% back in February. My fourth housing market prediction is that we'll see rents in larger cities to continue to go down, especially those who have high-rise apartment buildings. Of course, we've all seen these reports that San Francisco rents are going down, as well as New York City. So for example, according to the website Zumper.com, the median price for a one-bedroom apartment in San Francisco was $2,830 per month, and that is a 20.3% decrease from 1 year ago. This basically goes back to my point where people who have the luxury of working from home are leaving the cities and moving to the suburbs where they can have more space inside and out. Also, in my opinion, this will lead to decreases in luxury apartment sales and prices across much of the nation. My fifth housing market prediction for 2021 is regarding home prices, and I know a lot of you want to hear about this. So in my opinion, due to the low inventory, record low interest rates, which are not forecasted to increase much next year, I believe that home prices will continue their upward trend next year, but not at the level we're seeing right now. I think it'll be much more subdued. However, like I mentioned in my previous real estate market updates, if housing inventory absolutely skyrockets, then obviously this will have an adverse effect on home prices. And obviously, I do not have a crystal ball, so these are just my best real estate market predictions based on the data we have right now. So I would love to know your thoughts about this. Comment below with your real estate market predictions for 2021. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to this channel and join the family. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm Sacramento Realtor. Hope you have an awesome day and look forward to seeing you on the next video.